It's the least skipped ad of any of the platforms. So like I run ads across Google, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you could imagine for clients. And it is the longest retention by about 45% in terms of actually consuming the advert. Everyone's like, oh, you can just skip the ads. No one actually
never do.
No one does it.
You never do.
Everyone skips the ad on YouTube. Everyone skips the ad everywhere else, but people rarely skip the podcast ad.
Best kind of ad. My name is Sian Horn. I am the founder of Elite Pilates, the Club Women's Network, a national network for women that work for themselves. I also create content.
My name is Judie Russell. I teach people how to make videos through the Vid Academy, and sometimes I make videos.
My name is Jen, and I am the co-founder of a digital marketing agency called Velocity Growth.
My name is Jay Woodard. I am the founder and creative director of Ad32. We create content for SMEs, corporates, all different kind of products, food, fashion, all that kind of stuff. So it's between photo and video.
I want to know, and I'm actually going to ask you guys in the audience in a second, so think about it. Is there a favourite episode that we've done so far, or something that's been your favourite thing?
Stephen Bartlett's podcast? Or?
No, just ours. Is there a favourite one for you, Jude?
I actually can't think of one specifically, no.
Oh, I so know mine. Go on.
Oh.
Jen.
I like the one where we did talk about the AI tools, but that's only because it was like my bubble, and it was like I was really excited about all the different ones, and also just to see everyone's kind of workflows through the different ones, because I'd be into that thing. But yeah,
interesting.
Kind of workflow.
I think one of my favorite ones was actually I could be wrong, but one of the audience's favorite ones was the gear one, where we talk about all the gear we use.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of people messaging me saying, "Oh, how did you get there? Or where did you get that?" and stuff. So. And the gear one for me was...
Actually, because most of our equipment has come from Barker's. These are but when you walked in this evening, I was like, oh God, I'm that good, because I normally go back and go, I can't work it. How do I work it? And these guys are just like throwing it around or watching YouTube videos to work out how to work it. I went back to the humans. But my favourite actually was the personality traits, because this podcast is a lot about personalities and the fact that, we are all different. But we kind of gel in all different ways, and I loved that one, and that actually was you came up with that one.
Oh yeah. But
Judie has all our best ideas.
And I say the stupidest things.
I was going to say you also have the best one-liners.
God, but it was Jay. I was like, are we kind of like siblings? Or like what's the kind of like thing after the dynamic? Yeah. And Jay said the Golden Girls.
You were the Golden Girls,
which I thought was perfect.
Yeah, but then I was trying to work out which Golden Girls we are.
Yeah.
So we've decided we're the slutty one, but we want to share her, because otherwise I was going to be the teacher. I didn't want to be the teacher.
I'm the older sassy mom.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know them.
Oh my God.
Golden Girls is the best.
Golden Girls
I was like, what's happening?
The best. Yeah, you were just like, skip this thing.
No idea what you were banging on about.
Why didn't you ask ChatGPT?
Screenshot.
But I'm laughing because you talked about putting in the chat GPT about doing that again. And I was like we spoke about it on the pod. Do you do the test all the time?
Oh no, I just it was the insights one, because someone asked me about that, and I was like, I have the result. I just never followed up with the person about the results. So then,
because there's lots of different ones. So I used to teach insights years ago, which is colour recognition of people. So you've got your red dominant, your blue analytical, your yellow party, your green tree hugging nurturer, and we all have a bit of everything in ourselves. But we all kind of, we're all dominant in different ways. I'm in work definitely dominant in red. You're definitely a dominant yellow. Definitely, I see you as a blue, red, yellow. Do you know what I mean?
Golden Girl.
Golden Girl. The sassy one.
I think that episode I was the quietest I've ever been on the podcast. This kind of stuff just goes over my head. I'm like, if I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. Do you know what I mean? But in the scenario of that, like when you said like, oh, these personalities are build a team this way, I'm like, I don't like the person, so I'm not.
I think you said it was someone gave the marketing team colours to draw in.
Exactly.
They went mad. Yeah.
Someone gave the marketing team way too much leeway on that. Like, this personality is green and this one's red.
Yeah, but
like,
he's a prick.
Like just hire fast, fire fast, hire fast.
Yeah,
fire fast.
That's exactly it. Hire fast, fire fast.
It does work though. Because I'm a red, so I tend to, as I said, I'm a quick processor. I just run. And sometimes I just turn around and like everybody's back where we started. And they're like, you haven't even explained what we're doing, because I just go. So I need a Jen. I need a Blue.
We all need a Jen anyway.
Yeah, we all need a Jen.
We all need a Jen.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
I love, like, we're like podcasting where, like, you know, Eva's editing and Shan's doing this and that, and then Jen's like, oh, we've 37% drop in listenership and retention here because this, and something like. Thanks. It just goes into it. I
Every
love
time
it.
you
Like,
start talking.
yeah, exactly. A mail drop. Drop Jen. But I love it. Like, you need that kind of stats. You need that insight. So it's classic.
I'm blown away by it all the time. And then the stats of, like, you know, when you come, you're like, well, episode 20 is because this, in like, so actually some of the stats that we did have, like the 5 million podcasters, 150 million, 500,000 billion, sorry. That isn't right. 12 billion listens across like all the channels. And some people, like, that's such a massive percentage that can't get past and get to 3.
It just tells you the majority of them that have those episodes. Do you know what I mean? There's only a small majority that have those billions of listens because of it, like Joe Rogan and stuff, and the monsters, like.
Yeah, there really is a massive gap between the monsters in the playing field and then the next kind of tier down. But there's just the sheer volume in the space is phenomenal. But I know this might sound strange, but it's the consistency piece all over again. Like, an idea is just an idea without execution, and it's the same whether, like, how many people have an idea for a business versus how many people actually execute and have a business. How many people have an idea for a YouTube channel versus have a YouTube channel. How many people plan to grow their Instagram account versus having, you know, actually rolled out that consistency. It's the actual motivation and execution of doing something that just will get you there for pretty much anything. It's not just isolated to podcasting, I don't think, but it's prevalent in podcasting because of the perception of the ease versus the actual effort.
There's also
that's why without Aoife we'd
be lost.
Yeah.
We'd be lost without Aoife.
There's also, if you're producing a shit, consistently producing a shit product, you'll never grow. So it's also, you have to get feedback on that as well. And do you think you'll find your tribe if you keep promoting the same, like that kind of thing, or do you think the product has to be somewhat good as well? Like,
well, like we often work with a lot of early stage startups, but like you can't market a shit idea no matter how much people believe in it.
Yeah, and it's also subjective as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's the same with any remit of a business, even though like you can drive your marketing all day, every day, but if your customer service is shit, your retention is shit, and then your churn is too high for marketing to ever support it, even if you have a good product. So there's other things that play all the time as well.
So you need a gin. Yeah. You need a gin.
Everyone needs a gin.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you shit, you shit, basically, is what we're saying.
That's grand. Lads, if you shit, don't podcast. Okay?
That's grand. Is there any podcasts that have stuck out for you? Kate, I'm going to ask you if you don't mind, because I know you're a listener.
Yeah, I am. We have a mic. When you wait one second there, we'll just... Great.
You won't hear it, but you have a podcast.
It's not out to the room, but it's to the recording.
It will record.
You can introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Kate from Holistic Designs, and I'm an online business manager and web designer, and I'm a big fan of the podcast. But I think my favourite episode was when Jen went through all the AI tools and seeing how you use it in like every aspect of your life as well. I found it really, really fascinating.
I was blown away by that. The use of your personal life, the way that you'd linked up everything.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
explain
the two straps. Like,
I was going to say, explain a little about what is going on here. She's not Wonder Woman. Well, she is.
Hey, I'm not crazy. I'll start with this premise. It's very simple. This one tells the time. This one doesn't. So this takes all of my health data, and then I import that into ChatGPT, and then I'll take leading health resources, and I'll also put those into the same custom model. And then I'll benchmark my own health data against it. So when I quit smoking and things like that, it was able to kind of, you're going to stop feeling the hit of, you're going to stop crying about nicotine in about 7 days, basically, and things like that. But also, I have an unusually low resting heart rate and things like that, where it's just like, actually, that can be kind of normal in this situation. So I can have a lot of conversations with it. around, it's kind of like what you're talking about with, I can't remember the thing you're using. The limbo. Yeah, you can just have conversations with your health data, but use world-class leading research and just put that in and mix and match it so that you can kind of make your own. Like, obviously, consult a doctor.
I was going to say, I'd love to know if your doctor is saying...
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not giving any medical... This isn't medical advice. This isn't anything like that. But I would do the same for anything like diet, and like, I'll tell it my weight and my height, my goals and all of this. And I'm like, what's the easiest way to fucking do this?
Yeah.
But you can get a lot from your own data into it as well.
I can see your brain like ticking over now, Jay, because my brain is ticking the same. So we're both wearing the limbo.
My problem is I get too overwhelmed. And I get like a puppy. I'm like, yeah. No, it's too much. Too much data. I got to back off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd be interested. I'm going to start doing that actually with the information that I get. So myself and actually Jay has just joined me in we're wearing limbos, which are glucose monitors. So I want to level my sugar intake. Well, I've given up sugar, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping my glucose on level. So I'm going to start putting that information into ChatGPT.
Then I remember when AI kind of was first kind of being talked about back in November, December of 2022, when conversations started kicking off. I saw that this woman had on Twitter, she did this big long Twitter thread. I can't even remember her name, but at the time she had taken all of her childhood journals and put them all in and had a conversation with her younger self.
Wow.
With it. And I was like, everyone was freaking out. And I was like, I could do all of my health. I could do all, like, it just spurred the thought process for me of what you could actually put in and get out of it for yourself, because everyone was using it kind of in that business context. But that thread for me, everyone was like, it's weird. And I was like, this is fucking genius.
It is. God, it's a bit sometimes information overload. So you have to take it for what it is. Do we have any questions from the floor? Kate is holding the mic. Yeah, I'll pass it to Lisa. Introduce yourself, sorry.
Hi, my name is Lisa O'Carroll and I'm a life and business coach. I really enjoy the pod, and I think above everything, it's just the dynamic between you all. I think it's just so great. I always learn something from everything, But my question to you guys is just, say, coming up to the 21st episode, okay, so where are you with, so we always do things because it's going to benefit us personally or our business. So from what you've done so far, what do you feel the pod has benefited you most in?
I think for me, obviously it's really benefited my business because I'm learning so much from these three, completely selfish, sucking everything out of them. But also as well, I love to talk, but I love to host.
Really?
I do. Jesus Christ,
really
you
didn't
not
notice
notice.
that.
I love to MC and I love to teach other people. So obviously I think the pod has done nothing but help to enhance that, getting more speaking gigs, as they say, and now being like the female founder coach for Image Business Club, which is the largest network here in Ireland now. It definitely has helped with pushing my personal brand forward, and showing as well that, you don't always have to be the top expert in your field to be able to do this stuff. They obviously, there's a lot of stuff they do a lot better than me, but I'll give everything a go. And it is possible. And luckily these people give us the information to get the tools to be able to do that. So definitely it's helped with my personal brand without a doubt.
Yeah, there's two things for me. The first one is, my brain is just gone today. I'm like, what is it? The first one is that I'm in bad form before we do the podcast every week. It's either I've been editing late the night before and I'm just like, I'm never not looking forward to it, but I'm always in low energy when we're about to start. And then as soon as we finish, I'm like, yeah, great.
Take over the world.
Yeah, totally. I feel totally different. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a shift in, like, even, today and tonight and stuff like that, I'll be on a total high after this evening. But can't remember the other one. Gone. Sorry. I'll come back.
You, Jen?
Yeah, it really is, especially one thing that you do is like, I'll go into rants very quickly, and like I can go like tunnel vision into something, and you're like, whoa. Sorry, what was
English.
step one? Let's start again. But that's helped me a huge amount, even in like my client relationship work, because I can talk really quickly and I'll dive in, and like feedback that I've gotten from the podcast a lot is like, just slow down, start again from the top. And just taking that step and learning how to communicate a little bit better has been hugely beneficial for me.
I think for me, it's just surrounding myself with the guys. Like, as I said, when they approached me first, I was like, oh, I don't know. But then, like, I've worked with Sian before. We've had some successful projects together. I'd never worked with you guys. And I've said separately before this that I wanted to work with you somehow. And yeah, like
we'd never met before the pod even.
Well, I think we knew each other from social and stuff, but never before. Yeah. But just getting to know the guys, and then the beauty of it is they're all different avenues. Like Sian is around people every day. She'll know people. She'll like, I call people like Sian super connectors. Because if I need to bury a body, I'll say it to Sian, and she'll be like, I know a guy. Do you know what I mean? I guarantee she knows a guy, like, do you know what I mean? Or like this kind of stuff. Like, so super connected. She has tons of people, and then like just getting to know the guys better and just building on that. And I think we're much better for it, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sorry. The second part was trying to be yourself is actually a difficult thing in business, especially when you're trained to be like, to try to be a posh robot in an office setting where like you have no personality and you just do the job and stuff like that. And I really wanted to get out of that and try to have a more holistic life where I can be myself at work and kind of after work. And I think the podcast is really helping me to say more and more stupid things. If I could just stop saying stupid things.
Actually,
I love it. Say more.
I keep promising this, but episode 50 is just going to be a remix of everything Judie says. That is like a little off.
I wait for them every episode. I just wait for them.
There's been nothing yet this evening, Judie. Come on, bring it.
Yes, but you know, it's who I am. So yeah, that's just what I do.
So if someone asked if there's one thing about Judie that people may not know that you might have learned in the last 20 weeks, what would it be?
Jesus.
I found like I barely, apart from her sassy interaction I had when I first met her.
Please tell that story because I love it.
Sian hired me to shoot one of her club events. I was there, we're shooting away, and Judie had her rig as well, and she was shooting as well. And we said, hi, how are you? How are you getting on and stuff? And I have this term, like, to me now, like, this is a great little podcast, you know, this kind of good, great little night, great event, this kind of stuff. And Judie posted the video, and I said, great little video, Judie, well done. Like that kind of way, she's like, little video. And I was like, I didn't mean in that way.
I love that.
But look, coming from this, not knowing Judie, like I find you super funny and really great heart, and just like I can tell we're friends for a good while. So like, yeah.
Thanks, Jay.
Absolutely. I think we've become friends. Like we've gone for a walk separate to this and chat to each other and hang out and like.
I didn't get a text for a walk.
I was going to say that wasn't in the WhatsApp group.
I didn't get a fucking WhatsApp.
We've been doing secret walks.
We've actually been doing a secret podcast.
Smoking, the two of them. In the corner, just smoking.
Sometimes me and Judie get stressed. But like we'd never worked together at all before. Like we had no connection at all really before the podcast. So it's just been absolutely amazing. First of all, to see what you do and how you do it and how you help people with like just bringing people into the world of video because it's
some patience.
Complicated, and the amount of patience that it takes. It's just phenomenal. But I've learned so much even from like I'm watching your YouTube videos. I'm like, oh my god, yes, absolutely, this is genius. This is
same.
Like, so it just makes a massive difference.
Thanks, Grace.
I think for me, like, and we did know each other, you know, but mostly from sort of networking and seeing each other at events and whatever, is that you really underestimate yourself, and actually, like, you really do. And the other thing is that I didn't know you had such a problem leaving Cove.
I'm an islander. You don't understand unless you live on the island. You know, you don't leave unless it's absolutely necessary. That's why COVID was so beautiful.
I was afraid to ask her for a lift to Middleton today. She's gonna charge you petrol money.
Will you put the roof down?
Yeah,
just for Jay.
Fetlocks blowing in the wind.
Yeah. And is there anything that we've found out about Jen that we didn't know?
Powerhouse. Genuinely powerhouse. I knew you were impressive, and like just from the outside going on but like hearing the way you approach businesses, like how you've dealt with VCs and dealt with your businesses and just the way you've grown your personal brand, and huge, like powerhouse.
I will say sometimes you meet people and you just want to sort of rub off them.
Yeah.
Bottle it and
in the nicest way, I just want to rub off Jen all the time.
Did Judie say that? Like,
Yes. Oh God, yeah. But
I want to go home.
and I've known Jen a long time, and
I remember, you coming up the stairs and
absolutely. Jen, can I just ask you this? Jen, can I just ask that? And she was just out of MTU, which is now, and working in 3B1. And, when you approached me about this, I was just like, there's your people. Yeah. It's done. Like, do you know what I mean? Because, you are an absolute powerhouse. What about you, Judie, when it comes to Jay, what have we discovered?
Well, firstly, I say Jen is the greatest crack ever. Like, you're way more crack than I thought, because I thought you were all, I thought you were work. Sorry. Damn.
She's done
it. But no, I just saw you as like work, kind of like, but like, yeah, she's brilliant. And Jay I just love the way Jay is a brilliant family man and manages to keep everything rolling and keep pushing and getting like great work as well. And so creative. So yeah, I love them.
Yeah. I love how unapologetic you are about just being like, yeah, look, it's YouTube and I'm going to get there and I'm doing it, and like the consistency now and everything. But I love how you edit your content. And I just, I'd love to sit with you and just like actually just watch what you're doing, or even just watch you.
You'd have to sit behind up. Leah, because she's she's over my shoulders and helping me edit.
Fair enough. I need like a
workshop.
A dual workshop. That's what you need to do or something. But yeah, your skill set is unbelievable, and I wish I could even have a quarter of it for my content, because well, actually, you don't need any more EFAs.
I'll talk to you.
And I've known for ages that Jay is a legend.
Not when you first met me.
Not when you first met you. I did think you were a dick. And we laughed the other week because the girl was like, but that was online. I was like, no, that was in person. And because I thought he was really cool and he didn't want to speak to me. And I was just like, it was like, being in the school playground. And I was like, he's just a dick. And then we got to know each other, and our brains are very similar. And yeah, I'd like, absolutely. Actually, my husband told me to do a button up tonight. He's like, I know you're going to sit next to Jay. Like you and Jay. and he's only taking the piss, but he's so upset. We have to mention him.
Of course.
Our mascot, Lee, we were so upset he had to work tonight, and he's gutted that he can't be here.
Well, Lizzie, he'd be right up here. In fairness.
Absolutely, which he'd love not. Yeah. But yeah.
Something I learned about you through the whole thing is I never realized you didn't talk that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just like...
Just kind of quiet personality,
No, what I love about Sian is like her, like we bonded a few years ago that we're very the same, but it's like you get up and go, and it's like, yeah, like me, it's like, fuck it. Fuck it, ask for forgiveness, not permission. Let's go, and that's what...
Yeah, but I think also Sian is a lot softer than you portray. You're very soft deep down, but you're very like straight and direct, and you say things as they are, but behind it all you're soft.
Yeah, I think I know you've done it to Judie as recently as probably yesterday, and me as well. It's just like, just fucking text them, just email, getting us to move outside of that kind of barriers of like communicating.
Can I say, actually, so Judie sent a text to the WhatsApp group. She's like, I invite someone, and obviously we're doing this pod, we're doing a live, and we want people to understand, what podding is about and the power of it and the power of sponsoring and everything else, because we are here to get sponsors and everything else. She said, I've invited a friend of mine, but obviously I didn't mention sponsorship, so I just put dick. And she went, well, and she goes, and funny enough, actually, she said, are you looking for a sponsor? And I said, exactly, just dick. But just sometimes in life we don't ask. Well, actually, I think we don't an awful lot. And the amount of people that have come to me after the fact when I've done a project or whatever, and then they've said, I see so-and-so's like Azure. When Azure sponsored our first, we had a great agency come on for our first set of podcasts. And then I got a couple of calls. In fact, we didn't realise like they were doing it. Like, why didn't you ask? And I went, because we just started. I didn't think to ask. And they're like, you must ask. So I'm just trying to train you to ask sometimes, because we've just talked about how amazing we are, actually.
Little circle jerk.
But it's true, and isn't it nice that we can hold ourselves up and we all are inspired by each other? I think that doesn't happen often. What do you think, Leah? Pass Leah the mic. Yeah. What do you think of the pod? What do you think of podcasting in general? Introduce yourself, because this is Leah from the amazing.
I feel like I'm in school and being pulled out for laughing in the back. Oh God, the trauma is coming back from my school days.
Talking about Jay.
What?
See what you were saying about Jay.
What? No.
I was quite surprised that he got the word circle jerk into his podcast.
No one heard it. No one heard it.
No.
Oh, did you do a little dare earlier?
No. That's just Jay on a daily basis. That's just Jay on a daily basis. You don't know what he could come out with. A podcast for me, I very much revert to podcasts for more entertainment reasons. And I don't listen to a whole lot, because I do watch a lot of YouTube like Jay does. And I do say that I got a lot of what I've learned from the University of YouTube. So podcasts, definitely, I kind of in the direction of, usually they're all kind of entertainment based, or something to do with either a hobby that I have, like video games, or comedy podcasts like Joanne McNally and Vogue Williams podcasts. And I don't tend to actually listen to a big range of podcasts. I used to listen to My Favorite Murder.
Yeah.
Which is
It's actually really good for anyone who has
true crime comedy podcast.
It's so awkward telling people.
Yes, it is. It's really awkward. They're really great live.
Okay.
So that's kind of where podcasts suit me. I did used to actually have one with a very close friend of mine called Next Gen Femme, which stood for Next Generation Female. And we kind of just had each episode, we'd have a woman or a female or chatting about a career that they were, challenges that they had gotten in their career to get to where they were, whether it was a job or whether it was a sporting thing or science. There's a lot of STEM people that we spoke to. And I think we got to maybe like 15 episodes, and then COVID hit, even though a lot of the episodes were done all in different locations, like me here, she was in Galway, and our guest was somewhere else. But some personal things in my life came up and it just kind of went by the wayside a little bit. But yeah, podcasts, I think, there is a lot of them. I do agree. Everyone is trying to get that piece of the pie, I think. But if you can be consistent and persevere and push through the threshold of what you had said about the kind of stats of where people start to fall off at certain stages, I think if you can stand the test of time, they are fantastic. They're kind of like the old pirate radio, I feel like, because there's no monitoring it. You can say what you want to say. It's like that little bit of riskiness to it, because
we like that, don't we? Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, like
me uploading explicit content.
Yes. I mean, I have a friend from home, Zena O'Brien, who I mentioned on the club. She has one with her friend recently called Unhinged, and it's doing really well. I was showing Killian about it. It's very explicit stuff, but it's hilarious at the same time. So it's just finding that avenue, I think, to go down. But I don't know if I've answered the question.
You have indeed, and thank you, because you've given us a couple of recommendations as well. Do we have any more questions from the floor before I'm going to wind it? Killian, do you have a question for us? Killian is the other person that owns this amazing studio.
Yes, Killian, do you have a question?
Actually, we might ask you a question about the setup here. Because obviously it's an amazing setup that you've put together for us. But people are saying, because in your other job, you are a firefighter, they couldn't get over the speed of which you jumped up yesterday and to do the lighting, etc.
It wasn't. We were here talking, and he's like, "What about a light up there?" I'm like, "No, I think, yeah, we need a ladder. I'll get the ladder."
He's like Spider-Man.
It's like he wants to get a ladder.
I do feel comfortable on the ladder. Yeah, yeah. It's just yes. standing above everybody is
and looking down
a
on
very
them,
comfortable place for me.
But you're a year old now.
Yes, yeah. We took this place in November in 22, so it took us about 5 or 6 months to build. Call somebody to build it. Obviously, we didn't.
We did some stuff.
We did some stuff. Leah painted a little bit.
A little bit.
I just was up on the ladder for most of it, but it took. Yeah, we spent about 6 months building it and opened up April last year. So it has just been a kind of a year of getting to know the business. I think like both of us have been in this industry, but this is obviously new, having bricks and mortar. This was brand new, but I think we've really enjoyed it. Obviously, the podcast is a large part of what we do now as well, with the podcast room upstairs. And I think we've created a nice little, because we have some co-working desks as well, so we have a nice little community going now. Which,
came here and hasn't left yet.
Yeah.
Why is it called Take 9?
So we actually, when we first came to view this place, we were actually showed 2 different places. We were showed this and we were showed 7, and like we were talking to the landlords, and basically we just said, "Oh, look, we'll take 9." And then we went, "That's hilarious because it's take, like when you the chalkboard, take 9." And we were like, "Okay, we're not thinking any more about
Brilliant.
it. It's now called Take 9."
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
It's amazing. Well, it's beautiful, and congratulations, because it is amazing.
Thank you very much.
Is there any more questions before I finish it up? Oh, Olivia has one. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Olivia. I'm a social media manager. I listened to 25,000 minutes of podcasts last year. So
Wow.
Okay, we have an expert in the house.
Spotify Wrapped.
just thought I'd put that out there.
Hip hop.
My favourite episode, by the way, was the one where you talk about coaches. But my question to you is, as someone that's starting out in business, how would sponsoring a podcast benefit anyone in business?
Well, I, as someone that has sponsored other podcasts, I've seen a massive benefit. So I started actually, I think the first pod we sponsored was actually with Elite Pilates. So there's a small health and wellness. Now, she didn't get up to 20 pods, but it didn't matter. It was more about the person and her authenticity. And that's why we went and we sponsored that. And then I've actually sponsored 2 of the podcasts that come from the club. So 2 women in the club had 2 of them start podcasts. One is a mum's podcast, which is obviously a lot of our clients in the club. It's all female founders. A lot of them are mums. So it made complete sense. So it drives people to our website. And that's all we're looking for. Then we can get them, once we've got their email, then we close them off. But it's made a massive difference. But it has to be the right fit.
Yeah, it's the least skipped ad of any of the platforms. So like I run ads across Google, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you can imagine for clients. And it is the longest retention by about 45% in terms of actually consuming the advert. Everyone's like, "Oh, you can just skip the ads." No one actually hits the button.
No one does it. You're driving.
You never do.
Everyone skips the ad on YouTube. Everyone skips the ad everywhere else, but people rarely skip the podcast ad.
Best kind of ad. Talked by the person, scripted, created.
Yeah, just before I jump to that, like if you're smart about it and creative about the business getting involved, like I've had sponsors on podcasts before where we've done clips on the podcast of us talking about the product or even reviewing the product mid podcast. So we've integrated it into the podcast. So they're not going to skip because it's the conversation we're having.
And then take the
clips, send the client, they have UGC then, like they have content that is just real and just that kind of stuff. So I think like that's my answer there.
That's the best kind. Personally,
Kind of like
that's
product
how.
placement.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
Like integrated product. Exactly. Like it's even if you think about it, listen to the radio, like classic hits, whatever you listen to, classic hits is class. But like, it's class. It's the DJ read. Sorry. When the ads come on, the standard ads, you kind of turn it down, or you're talking to whoever it is. But once the DJ kind of talks, you're listening. So it's people want to hear that kind of voice and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I completely agree that they were the best. If someone is sponsoring one of my pods or I'm doing that, that's what we always do.
Integrated, yeah.
So we're going to finish up, but I just want to finish with your last sentence there, Jade. You know, what do you want for this podcast? When we get to 52, what do you want to have achieved? Where do you see it going?
Yeah, absolute Irish domination. Well, to be fair, no, we've dominated the charts already. I'm just saying, but no, just keep growing, keep having the crack. just keep helping people. I think that could always help. Comes back, people talk about something. Oh, I heard him say that in the podcast, and then other listeners and stuff. And I'll be a YouTube superstar by then, Sian. So I don't know. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care, Sian.
I'll be a few subscribers behind him.
I'll be on Stephen Bartlett's podcast.
Oh yeah, it's just keep learning from each other, isn't it? At the end of the day, because like it's the conversation sometimes before and after the pod. I'm like, we should have recorded that too, and you know where we're
bitching
like,
we do.
the bitching that we do. But no, it's the we jump on, and sometimes we actually probably. That's a good idea. We should probably retrospectively think about the things we spoke about before and afterwards and make that the episode afterwards, because sometimes we come with a problem and we're like, everyone, look, I'm actually just stuck on this. Can we chat about it for a couple of minutes? And then we start the podcast about potentially a completely different topic. But we sometimes earmark that first few minutes where we're just kind of talking about just conversational, but it's really helpful business-wise. But actually maybe that's a mini-sode.
I think it's a bonus episode. It's a bonus episode.
I just hope we don't run out of topics. That's my only concern. Like, I suppose we've covered a lot of stuff. ChatGPT. But you know what? I was even thinking the other day, I was like, let's do one on politics. None of us know anything about politics.
I have a degree in government and public policy.
Except for Jen. Jen, you host that one. So, but it would be good to go a little bit further, I think, with the topics and even just talk about how little we know about something. Do you know? I think there's more scope outside of marketing. So
absolutely. And I think when it comes to topics, as as our listenership grows, as that does, then asking the listenership what they want as topics is going to be really, really important. So if there aren't any topics that you want to listen to before you leave tonight, then please let us know. Because,
or DM us. Or DM us if you're.
Or DM us, absolutely. But we want to keep this interesting. And look. I'm just super enjoying it, and I really enjoyed this. So I want more of this as well. I love the live, and
we'll be here a lot more.
We'll be here a lot more. Get ready, Take 9. But thank you for everybody coming this evening. Thank you, guys. It was a great night. Thanks very much.
Thank you.